What is up, football fans? This is Play Action Takes, Apollo Media's NFL podcast brought to you by Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. We just had an awesome watch party this past Saturday for the first half, and then the second half wasn't as awesome. But head to your nearest Big City Wings today if you're in the Houston area. Great deals every day. They got deals all the time. Burger Wednesdays, right? They got boneless wings. They got these giant
Chicken
packages.
Tender Mondays.
We can get one of like everything. It's awesome.
Chicken Tender Monday.
Chicken Tender Monday. There you go.
Yeah.
So thank you to Big City Wings for sponsoring this episode, and thank you to Celebrity Mint. Go check out celebritymint.com to check out graded legal tender collectibles of Mike Tyson, Ric Flair, and more. Follow them on social media at The Celebrity Mint, and go check all of their collectibles out at celebritymint.com. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. Boys, we're back with some play action takes, NFL talk. It's a little bit more of a downer this week. We're not as happy, but it's okay. If you haven't already, go check out Off the Gridiron episode. Garrett was tied down.
Yeah.
It was just precautionary though.
Mhm.
I was okay.
Yeah,
I took the loss well. You know,
we didn't have a
Like
straight
we-
jacket
like I
in the
said.
office.
what you say?
No straight jacket in the office.
Too much money on Amazon.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
you were going through it, buddy.
we took the loss well. We weren't even supposed to be there. Better luck next year. We'll be back. We'll be back.
No, we'll be better. We'll be back and better than
We'll be
ever.
back and better.
Boys,
AFC Championship game next year.
Sure.
Easily.
Dolphins, Texans. It'll be great.
Yeah. If y'all get Justin Fields, maybe.
No, God, stop saying that. That's just ridiculous. We're going to start in reverse order. We're going to start with the Sunday night game.
Okay.
Game of the week. Jill, the Chiefs and the Bills 3.0 was elite. I had a great time watching that game for the most part.
Yeah,
I hate watched it for a while, and then in the fourth quarter, I felt better about myself. So the Chiefs beat the Bills again 3.0 in the playoffs, 27-24 with another wide right, boys. The Bills are the most tortured fan base
They
in
are
probably all of sports. 0 Super Bowls. They went to 4 straight, lost them all. A wide right in the Super Bowl off a field goal to win it. They lose that one 19-20 against the Giants. This one was a divisional round matchup. I do have a question before we get into this game. Why do they call it the divisional round?
I don't know. I always wondered that too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird because like divisional to us means something completely different than what it actually means in the playoffs.
Correct.
So no idea where that came from, but they should change it.
Can we just,
I guess they can now because it's in our brains.
Yeah.
But
Well, because the round before has such a wild card round. It's like,
Yeah,
whoa,
it's sick.
you know, then it's like, what are we doing there? Like, we should think of something cool like Gladiators round. You know,
Producer Josh just mentioned also baseball is the same thing. You know, ALDS, NLDS,
divisional series. Yeah.
yeah.
Weird.
It's like what? Like we
okay,
played the Twins. They're not in our division.
that's weird.
So
Yeah,
A
we got to
weird,
workshop
little
that,
weird.
guys. Sports.
They
people.
need to rename it the Mahomes round because that's basically all it is. Jesus.
it will
Christ.
never be named the Josh Allen round.
Apparently
No way,
not.
no how.
Well, but you know, it's horseshit because it should be because Josh played. I mean, phenomenal. He played insane. He was the Buffalo Bills in this game. No one else showed up except for Josh Allen.
Should we talk about how 95% of his completed passes were behind or at the line of scrimmage during the game?
Can we talk
Should
about
we
how
talk
he
about
averaged
that?
4.8 yards?
We talk about how every time he threw a fucking ball more than 10 yards down the field, his receivers can't catch for shit. Stephon Diggs fell off. No, oh, come on. Don't come on. No, oh, come on. He had 3 total touchdowns. All their touchdowns were just because of Josh Allen. All of them.
What about that third 9 when he missed Khalil Shakir completely on that wide?
Such a bummer. It's a bummer that there's one bad pass. It's
But
what about? Can we talk about his 2 rushing touchdowns and his passing touchdowns and everything else?
Should we
talk
talk
about
about the third down and the second down where he had a wide open Stephon Diggs to get 5 yards, 8 yards, 9 yards to move the field goal a little bit closer towards the end of the game, and he just overlooked.
Can we talk about how
it
was? Can we talk about how he put his team in position to tie the fucking game up, going into the basically going to go to overtime?
Can we talk
And then
about
Tyler
he
passed
could've
and
made it
he had an
better?
awful kicker? Look,
Could've
I
made it
get
better.
every quarterback's going to miss plays, but he did what he needed to do to get his team into overtime at least, and that's all you can ask for from a quarterback. It's all you can. Especially going up against Mahomes and the Chiefs. It's all he did. And dude, it was, what is it, a fucking 30-yarder? 40, I mean.
No, it was like 48, I think.
All
He
right.
could have gotten an extra 10
It was
yards.
in
Made it a
if it's in the
38-yarder.
40s, you better nail that shit if you're an NFL kicker. You better.
No, not
Yes,
necessarily.
you should.
Not
Oh,
in
come
that kind of
on.
weather.
Oh, come on. No.
That's not a guarantee. In that kind of weather,
It's
when
not
it's cold,
a guarantee, but if you're in the 40s and you're in the fucking divisional round and your quarterback's been playing his fucking ass off, been grinding, running all over the place, 12 carries, 72 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown, I'm sorry. You have to show up, Tyler Bass. You have to do that.
well, I'm just happy because the Buffalo Bills run is over. It's over. Josh Allen is going to be making $47 million next year. They have no one coming back on defense. Their offensive line is starting to fall apart. Stephon Diggs hates it there. Also can't catch a ball when it actually matters. Yeah, the Bills run's over. I don't care.
Exactly.
I'm just delighted at all the Bills fans
I don't care. I'm not like a go Bills guy.
Seems like
but
you
it's
are.
just Josh. No, I'm not. I'm just Josh Allen is a guy who gets a lot of bullshit and disrespect a whole lot. And is a guy who absolutely put his team in position to tie the game up there at the end. If CJ Stroud did what Josh Allen did, we'd be jizz coming in our pants about his performance, and then we'd be talking about we'd be talking about Kaimi. And I don't care if it was CJ Stroud's 5th, 6th, 7th year in the league, we'd be freaking out about his performance.
Well, here's the deal. At a certain point, you have to get a finger pointed at you for just not winning in the playoffs. And Josh Allen is the king of the.
But is he? What you want him to go out there and kick the goddamn ball too?
We need to talk about Josh Allen's wins in the playoffs and who they've.
We do. Look. They're fluky. I agree, but he's a great player.
I wouldn't say they're fluky. I would say that he's played lesser competition than everyone else.
Absolutely,
in the playoffs.
But that's what I mean by fluky. That's
what I mean. Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, Phillip Rivers' corpse in Indianapolis, and he has one more in there that doesn't even Mac Jones. What are we talking about? He can't beat Mahomes. And he can't beat Burrow.
Mahomes.
He can't beat Burrow.
Hadn't beat Burrow either. I mean, all I'm saying is, at a certain point, it's like, I mean, it's not a Bills problem every year, bro. Like, they're constantly improving the roster, improving the coaching staff.
That's not true. That's not true. It can be a fucking Bills problem. It can be a Sean McDermott problem. It can be a Bills problem. Josh Allen is a damn good quarterback.
I really think it's just a collective issue.
I don't disagree with you there. Pointing the finger at Josh Allen only is ridiculous. And that's what you two are. Stoney, you can do it. I get it. I would point at Trevor Lawrence. I'd point at Will Levis or Anthony Richardson or whoever at this part, Gardner Minshew. I'd point at them every day, every chance I get. But Garrett doing it makes no sense because it's not a Josh Allen problem. It is a Bills problem. Every year it's a Bills problem.
I've just been saying since April, why do we have to sit here and call Josh Allen top 3 generational, like elite, all this?
He's like, top 5 quarterback in the league, and he is elite.
Oh, sure, but he's not generational.
He is generational, absolutely. A guy who can run for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also throw through the air and get his team to the divisional round consistently every year is a generational quarterback.
All right. So in comparison,
I'm sorry he has to run into Patrick Mahomes every fucking year, who is the second best quarterback of all time already, and is on his way to possibly, I mean, the Ravens are going to have to say something about it, get his 3rd ring in his fucking first 6 seasons starting. I get it, but that's generational too. That's a bummer for Josh, and it's a bummer for the Bills. But pointing a finger at Josh and saying that he's a fucking bum or this and that is ridiculous in my opinion.
2 MVPs is generational.
That is absolutely is generational.
Josh Allen has 0 MVPs.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's a guy. He is a guy. There's a reason that he deserves the respect he gets from the league right now. He does.
You know the best comparison for Josh Allen right now?
What's that? Peyton Manning.
Tim Tebow.
Oh, what?
He can throw the ball kind of. He runs over people, and he wins in the wild card round. He wins in the wild card round.
Stone, you're not permitted to talk about Josh Allen. I'm sorry.
I am.
Especially
I absolutely
when you're going to say that.
As the host of this podcast, I can say whatever I want. And I think it's very funny that I compared him to Tim Tebow. Not that I believe it, but I mean, they're wild card merchants. And you know what Tim Tebow's done in the playoffs that Josh Allen hasn't? Won an overtime game in the playoffs.
You're crazy. You're insane.
That one was wild. That was funny.
Crazy.
That was funny. That was funny. Everyone can laugh. It's okay.
The real quarterback was on the other side of the field. The real generational talent And by that, I mean,
Yeah,
and I'm,
I mean,
this is,
yeah.
and I'm just segueing into the Chiefs' performance because the Chiefs looked so fucking good.
Yeah.
The Chiefs looked great,
Mm-hmm.
and the defense played well. The offense, I mean, Mahomes was. I don't really think he made a single really bad mistake. A few minor mistakes for sure, but he was just on point all night long.
He barely threw the ball. I mean, and that's not a bad thing, but he had 23 attempts and 17 completions, and I mean, he was very efficient with the ball. I mean, and also shout out to Travis Kelce coming back. I mean, he's kind of been, not doing great. Just the tail end of this season, really. I mean, this was his first season in forever without 1,000 receiving yards. So I mean, obviously, it's not the season he was expecting, but 5 receptions, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns will get you where you need to go.
Yeah, and props to Valdez Scantling.
Yeah,
he's been dropping just major bombs from Patrick Mahomes all season long. He hasn't made a good catch, and he made 2 incredible catches. I think they were both on third down. 2 tough catches, hands in his face, getting tackled right as he's catching the ball. Like, credit to him for silencing the doubters there and just catching the ball like he should. Yeah, the receivers look good. Pacheco is awesome. When he runs, it looks incredibly strange. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah,
Pacheco,
he's mad as hell.
He's mad as hell.
He's mad as hell.
Yeah, it's how he runs.
It's
He
awesome.
just runs like a wild animal. Like he's just out there just going.
And shout out to Mecole Hardman for having 0 receptions, 2 carries, and 2 fumbles. That's pretty good.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's just. I mean, that was supposed to be their answer to the receiving room in the middle of the season, being like, "We're making it better." He does that in the playoffs. They're very. I mean, they're not very lucky they won the game, but Mecole Hardman's lucky that they won the game.
Absolutely,
because he would be the most hated man in Kansas City if they lost that game.
I don't remember who said it, but it was either a tweet or something. I can't remember. It was like an offensive play caller just showing off at that point. And let's do an end around of Mecole Hardman on the goal line, even though Pacheco is running for literally 10 yards a carry. It's like he can't be stopped. It's first and goal. Just run it up the middle for 1-2 yards, whatever it is. Get in the goal line. Get over the goal line. Score a touchdown. Nope, we're gonna run an end around to Mecole Hardman. What a just dumb play call.
Getting too cute. Getting too cute with it.
But
getting way too cute.
Credit to the Chiefs. The run is not over. We lost Tom Brady, and we get Patrick Mahomes in the AFC. Yeah. It sucks that he's literally this good, even though none of his weapons are really weapons necessarily. Pacheco's awesome, and Kelsey's older, but still awesome. Other than that, they don't really have a whole lot, and they just proved what the Chiefs played team football, and they're able to win, even though the conditions don't look to be in their favor. And did y'all see Travis Kelce at the end of the game talk to Josh Allen?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think I know. I mean, it seems wrong, but I know what he meant.
I do too. But he went up to Josh Allen after the game, and they were doing daps up and just talking whatever. And then at the end, Travis Kelce taps him on the back. And he was like, "It's impressive as hell that you even got here."
Yeah, no, but it's not like wow, y'all suck, dude. You suck, right. And it's crazy. It's just because they started off like 6-6 at one point, and Josh Allen was
3 games down with 3 games to go. Win the division,
and then they ran the table.
Yeah. No, I get what he was saying, but it was incredibly disrespectful.
Weird,
It was awesome. Yeah, credit to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game again. It's very similar parallels to the Houston Astros of late. 6 straight AFC Championship games. I'm not going to count them out against the Ravens. I just won't do it.
Not either. But I'm not either. Even though I think the Ravens are just too good right now.
Yeah.
Mahomes just will always give you a chance.
Yeah. This game sealed it for me. I mean, Mahomes in January and in February he can always win. I mean, it doesn't matter who he's playing, what he's doing. He just flips a switch, and the Ravens are great, and the Ravens should be the favorite, but the Chiefs are scary.
Yeah. And Patrick Mahomes is now 13-3 in the playoffs. 1 loss in the Super Bowl and 2 in the AFC Championship game. 1 to Joe Burrow, 1 to Tom Brady.
It's crazy.
He's made it to the AFC Championship game every year he started in the NFL.
Pretty good. Alex Bregman.
That's
calling him.
Insane.
That's great. That's crazy to me. So imagine being a Chiefs fan. That'd be cool.
Yeah, man.
That'd be pretty sick. Pretty sick. Would love to see a playoff. I just saw a graphic before we hopped on here on Twitter, and it was playoff wins since I don't know when. The only 0 on the board.
1920.
The only 0 on the board is the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, I was gonna, dude. The Patrick Mahomes has about as many wins as in the playoffs as the Cardinals do since like 1920.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah. So,
Good for them.
the people were like, Cardinals fans were like, "Why did you make this? Like,
Sucks.
why are we the joke now, dude? Stop."
Hey,
That's
they went to a
insane.
Super Bowl in this century, so good for them. You know,
They
wish
did.
my team could do that.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I've never
Preaching
seen
to
my
the
team
That'd
even
be
get
cool.
close.
That'd be
So.
pretty cool. Let's move on to the other Sunday game. Detroit Lions hosted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and your Baker Mayfield Bucks, Garrett, but the Lions prevailed 31-23. They kind of had that game in hand in the second half. It wasn't as close as it really seemed. I did find it strange that the Bucks didn't call a timeout after the last kneel down with like a minute and a half left in the game. They would have had to kick a field goal. And if they miss, all of a sudden the Bucks have a shot to drive down the field, score a touchdown, 2-point conversion to tie it. Very strange coaching on that end, but credit to the Detroit Lions. They just were the better team.
I saw something, and I don't know I really don't know the details of it, but I think there was Todd Bowles mentioned maybe there was an error on the broadcast when it came to displaying how many timeouts they had left. I think because a reporter asked him about that after the game, and he was like, that was wrong. We had this, we only had like one or maybe they were out. I forgot what the deal was, but I think there was some miscommunication on the broadcast with that. But yeah, I mean the Lions are dogs. This game, I knew this game was gonna be close. I knew the Lions were gonna win, but I mean obviously that interception at the end of the game for Baker was really really awful, but
Yep.
overall, I mean, he played his ass off. And I mean, there was a point where it was like, was it fourth down and whatever, and they were on their own like 20, and then just I was like, all right, well, they're done. And then he just drove his ass down the field in that whole Buccaneers offense and scored and gave them a chance. And I mean, it's all you can ask for, really. So good job, Baker. A lot of respect. Also, a lot of respect to the Lions, man. I mean, I think that Lions Niners game is going to be a
Be interesting.
banger.
It's gonna be fun, I think.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike Evans, 8 receptions, 147 yards, and a touchdown in what could be his last game in Tampa. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. Maybe he's a Tampa lifer. I don't know. But great performance to end it, if that is the end. But
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to Sam Laporta, spraining his MCL a few weeks ago and just has been toughing it out. 9 receptions, 65 yards, 15 was his long. Jared Goff, I'd like to talk about him. The haters said he couldn't do it. The haters said he couldn't take his team anywhere, especially in Detroit. 30 for 43, 287 yards and 2 touchdowns, and just an incredible display of offense. Like he was spreading the ball around, 8 receptions to Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 to Laporta, 4 to Gibbs, 2 to Jameson Williams. He was spreading the ball around, and just looked in command of the offense and never really lost sight of what the goal was in hand, and kind of took the ball down the field whenever he wanted. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jared Goff and the Lions offense was just impressive, especially in the second half. At a certain point, they drove down the field like 3 straight drives and scored a touchdown at all those drives, and that was just kind of like the Buccaneers are not stopping them right now. They're not going to win this game.
No.
You could tell immediately. I think it was after that Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown run.
Yeah,
it was like they're not going to do this. I mean, the Lions offense is humming right now. That run game and the play action game that they have with Jared Goff it's great. It's great. So shouts Jared. It must have felt pretty shitty when you got traded to Detroit, but turn it around and now you made them fucking contenders. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
Garrett, how did you feel after CJ Gardner-Johnson took the pick and then flipped it right back at Baker on the sideline?
I actually didn't see that. I was at Monster Jam, but then I pulled it up.
Digger.
I pulled it up. Then I pulled up the game after that on my phone because I realized like, oh shit, the game's on. I didn't realize it started this early, so I started watching the game on my phone. And what I did see was Baker go off. He got paid. Good job, Baker.
He did.
But then after the game, I saw like him call him a bitch, and like CJ Gardner Johnson call him a bitch and stuff. And I'm like, Detroit, you haven't. Hey. You haven't been here since like forever, so shut up, dude.
Well,
like act like you get here every year.
They were jawing back and forth this past week. They both said comments about each other. So then C.J. Gardner-Johnson goes and flips the ball at him. He's like, "Yeah, I watch a lot more film than you think." Pretty funny. Pretty
It
funny.
was.
Oh,
And
that's
also,
right.
that
'Cause
was a
he,
thing. CJ doing that to Baker is, and like I said, I respect Baker. He's earned my respect. Like I've really kind of hated on him a lot in his career. So nothing against Baker, but what CJ did to him was very much something Baker would have done when he was at OU, and what Baker would have
Absolutely.
done in his first few years in the league. He's not really that player now, but that's the thing people love Baker for, is shit like that. So
Yeah.
I think Baker's got to take that one and be like, yeah, okay, look,
Take that one on the
Oh,
chin.
oh,
Get him back next week,
yeah,
next year.
yeah.
It'll be fine.
Mhm.
yeah, for sure he did. You know, he's not going to stew on that. He's not pissed about that. He's pissed about the game-ending interception that he threw.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I know now that Baker will get paid from the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you? Almost made it to the AFC or NFC Championship game. Almost.
Very
So
close.
With a
gonna-
9-8
gonna
team.
get yeah, you know, it's good.
Good
Yeah,
for him.
Mike Evans, go back to talk about him. This at the beginning of this season, it looked like it was definitely going to be his last season there, and he was going to go somewhere else. But I don't see why any players on this Bucks team would want to leave. I mean, it seems like they're having fun,
I
even
think they have the
9 and
youngest
8.
roster too.
Yeah,
in the
they
NFL.
they have really good young players. Like Rashad White's great, Baker's good. Cade Otton is a nice tight end. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are both old, but they still got it. So why not? I would just stay there. And Trey Palmer woke up pissed. By the way, Trey Palmer woke up angry, and he had he had an okay day. Every time he does, he has like if he wakes up in a good mood, he'll have 0 yards. There's just no doubt about it. But if he wakes up pissed, he'll at least have like 30. So good for him.
Sunday was a good day. Let's move over to Saturday. The night game, Packers at 49ers. The Niners win 24-21 in dramatic fashion. Really, they scored with just over a minute left. I think a minute and 7 seconds. Christian McCaffrey scores his touchdown. And I really thought we were entering the Jordan Love legacy game, looking like Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, the good versions of them. However, it was the bad version of Brett Favre that showed up. Did y'all see the interception compilation of him throwing that on the run, crossbody, across the field, interception at the end of the game, and then Brett Favre with the Vikings doing the exact same thing against the Saints? It wasn't even like you could just switch the jerseys, switch the broadcast. It would be the exact same thing. It was no different. It was very hilarious to see that. So the Packers, they lose. They should have won. Missed field goal from a guy that they drafted who had I think 68 or 71% field goal rate in college. Not someone I would have drafted. I would have looked for the guy who was in the 90s. That would have been my guess. There's got to be more kickers on this earth, on this planet, that can hit more than 70% of their field goals.
There are a lot of people on the street who could fucking hit some field goals in the NFL. That's just kind of the.
Well, hey, Pat McAfee's fucking proven that that's wrong. Dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, when he's going to getting random people on College Game Day. But if you get some people who've played some soccer, played some ball in their life, did it in high school, did it in college, played college soccer. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying like some of these guys, like 60% of their field goals, it's like you can find someone that's going to make more. You just can't.
You would think, but awesome display of a team in the Packers. Like they've got a bright future. I think they have a really young squad as well, and they've got their quarterback. They've got to sign him now. They got to give him some money.
Yeah.
But
no, he's gonna get some money.
Yeah, the Packers look good, and the 49ers, they survive a rough game in the rain, bad weather in San Francisco, as they would say. Brock Purdy drying his hands off, trying to launch the ball downfield mid, drop back, and then just throwing a duck was
he didn't play
very
great.
funny.
He
No,
didn't
not a
play
great game, but it was a tune-up. They had a bye week. It was a little bit more of a tune-up, but it was a closer game than they wanted to do. Yeah. Shanahan wins his first game coming down from 7 points or more in the second half or entering the fourth quarter. So
I saw that.
one and third. So good for you, Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, the 49ers are in the NFC Championship game. If you told us that preseason, we would have been like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
you told us that through week 8. Makes sense. Through week 14.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I've seen a lot of Packers fans kind of complaining that it was kind of a ref job a little bit. Which I get why they're saying that on some things, but it's just, here's a deal. when you're playing the Niners and you're in the divisional round and your quarterback throws multiple interceptions, then I'm sorry. I don't care what else happens in that game. That's tough. And if you lose when your quarterback's throwing multiple picks, that's probably why. So sorry, Packers fans, but bright future. Jordan Love's a dog. I'm excited.
Maybe don't let Christian McCaffrey run 17 times for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, don't
maybe
do that either.
Just don't let him score 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just one. One would suffice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I need the Lions to win so bad because I do not want to see a Brock Purdy, Lamar Jackson Super Bowl. It's so stupid.
Yeah, we're heading towards a Super Bowl rematch in some way, shape, or form. Either Ravens Niners from early 2010s, or we're getting a Niners Chiefs rematch from 2019, 2020. So
no, maybe
the Lions are winning next week.
I don't think the Lions will win. We'll get into it on Thursday's episode. But I mean, Brock Purdy, he did not play that well this week.
No.
And that game winning drive that he had, he made 2 throws in a scramble for like 8 yards.
Yeah.
I mean,
he didn't do a lot of the legwork. But
it's crazy. It's just the epitome of like who Brock Purdy is right now, who is a guy who puts up a lot of numbers, but does he have help? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The most. So Brock's good and he knows how to utilize it all, but man, after that game, people were like, "Where are all the Brock doubters now, huh?" And I'm like, I'm still, you know what? We're still here. We're still here, bro. Put Brock Purdy on the Houston Texans. That guy is losing.
You're going what we said in preseason. We're winning 6 games, and that was it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, good for the Packers. Jordan Love's cold.
Yeah.
49ers prevail.
Carrying on the Aaron Rodgers legacy of never beating the 49ers.
Why did Aaron Rodgers leave?
He wanted more attention.
I guess
he went to the one place that you get the most attention at, New York City.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers on the Packers right now would be fucking good.
Hey,
they would be good.
Aaron Rodgers is locked in Noah's basement right now in New York City. So
that's true. I have him here with me. Yeah, I have him here.
He's already tortured enough. He's got to live with Noah.
I just need him to stop talking until September.
It won't happen.
I know. I'm just like, dude, go play football. If you go play football and be good, I don't care what you say every Tuesday.
He has a few more headlines in him. He's
He's got one every week.
He does.
He's got one every week on Pat McAfee's show on like Wednesdays or whatever day he shows up on Pat McAfee's show.
He's gonna single-handedly expose every single Epstein client of all time, and then it'll be time for football season.
And he'll get sued and then lose all of his money that he made with the Jets and the Packers. It'll be fine. All right, boys. I'm gonna save y'all some face here. The Ravens beat the Texans 34-10. If you want the full in-depth conversation about the Texans' last game of the season, go to Off the Gridiron on our YouTube channel at Apollo HOU. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Football's nearly over. The Ravens had a bad first half. They should have been down at half. Missed field goal prevented that from happening. But the Ravens came back in the second half, and Lamar Jackson looked every bit as an MVP as he is. He just kicked ass is really what happened. Running into the tunnel at the end of the game after scoring the touchdown was pretty cool. I didn't enjoy it necessarily. I felt bad, but objectively, it was pretty cool.
It was cool. When I watched it, I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool.
I wish my team could do that. That'd be
cool.
Yeah,
wasn't cool.
But yeah, if you want the full in-depth breakdown of that game, we're gonna save the boys. They tried to close the wound yesterday. If you haven't already, go check out yesterday's episode of Off the Gridiron. It's very funny. The intro is awesome.
And just to be fully honest, I mean, we didn't break down shit. All we did is complain.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
All we did. No, that's true.
All I did was a bit the whole episode.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about the game, but it was more just like talking about the season and how we're good. Texans. That's what I'll say on this. We're good. We're fine. We made it to the divisional round with a rookie quarterback and a rookie, D'Amico Ryans, and we had the best rookie quarterback of all time. So
Give it a week or two, and you get the full in-depth season review from Off the Gridiron. Boys, they just need some time to heal the wounds. I understand it. I get it. You need some time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was the divisional round. We got 3 more football games. 3 more football games this season.
That's really rad.
It's almost over. It's almost over, man. I mean that does suck. You know, I was having a good time. I'm still having a good time, but when the Texans were in the thick of things, and we were fucking, it's playoffs, good playoff games, and now it's dwindling down to, we want to get 2 blowouts and then and then a boring
Yeah.
Super Bowl. No,
No, we're gonna have the Lions are gonna be in the Super Bowl, but we'll talk about
See,
that Thursday.
they're fucking not, dude.
I
They're
want to
not.
ask something. When y'all were growing up, when the Texans weren't in it, the Dolphins were never in it. Did y'all enjoy the playoffs more? Like every other game, did you enjoy them more? Like when your team wasn't good enough to even like make the playoffs, did you enjoy the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game
Yeah.
more?
I mean, I enjoy it.
I've always
I enjoy it.
I've always enjoyed just watching the playoffs, like any playoff game. If it's good,
Yeah.
if it's not like the Steelers and Bills with Mason Rudolph, it's like,
Right.
Mhm.
if it's a good game, like Bucks Lions, like that was a good game,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed just watching them,
Yeah, of course.
just fucking
I just
throw
feel
on some
enjoy them more.
really meaningful football.
I
Yeah.
enjoy them more when my team is bad and I don't have to think about them. But
Yeah.
now that they're like in their Super Bowl contention era, where they just get slaughtered in January and December, it's not as fun to me, I guess.
I guess I
I
know what
still
you
enjoy
mean.
the games thoroughly, but like
Yeah.
every
I
time
know
I
what you
look at
mean.
the screen, I'm like, man, why couldn't my team just win one game?
And
Yeah,
I
don't
get
know.
feeling that, especially for the Dolphins. I guess I don't really feel that way because
Yeah, you're in a
Texans were
new
playing
era
with
now,
borrowed.
I
We
guess.
were playing with borrowed money anyway, house money. So it was
Yeah.
like whatever.
That's fine.
We're good.
I am excited about championship weekend. It's going to be a fun one.
Good.
I think we're going to get 2 really solid games. It's unfortunate that the Chiefs and the Ravens will be the early game. That deserves to be the night game. They
Yeah.
flip-flop it every year,
Yeah.
so I get it, but whatever.
Yeah, but I'm excited too. We'll get more into it Thursday.
Yep.
Our predictions, all that.
That
Lions
was
are
the divisional round review. Thank you to Big City Wings for sponsoring this episode. Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Go to Big City Wings today if you're in the Houston area. And thank you to Celebrity Mint with their graded legal tender collectibles of Mike Tyson, Ric Flair, and more. Go check them out at celebritymint.com and follow them on social media at The Celebrity Mint. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. This has been Play Action Takes, Apollo Media's NFL podcast.
Oh yeah,
Sir, you know what we're gonna do this Sunday?
Are we going to watch
Watch
football?
football. Watch football. We're gonna watch football.
There it is.
We're gonna watch a lot of football. Yep. See ya.